Thank you, Mark, and a big hello from London. Okay, so last week's technical patterns can be broken down into 4 areas: currencies, stock indexes and stock index futures, Chicago corn, and spot palladium. In the currencies, we had a mixed reaction to last week's weekly patterns. I should point out that in the markets I cover, there were uniformly weekly key reversals down, and these were in US dollar Indonesian rupiah, US dollar Philippine peso, US dollar Taiwanese dollar, and US dollar Israeli shekel. For most, there was no follow through lower, and we instead saw a reactionary move back up for the US dollar for nearly all of them, though still within last week's range. The exception was the US dollar against the Israeli shekel. This saw an immediate follow-on lower, such that we are now once again approaching the flatlining long moving average below, currently at 356.19. The last time we saw such a dip, back in the middle of June, the market bounced up off the long moving average, something like 1,750 ticks. So what happens around the long moving average is definitely worth paying close attention to. The next category was stock index and stock index futures. Here we also had uniformity, with weekly key reversals up in Dow Jones Index, the NASDAQ 100 Index, and Chicago Emini S&P Stock Index Futures. In all of these, we have seen really good follow-on higher markets this week. The contract here is now approaching the March 2022 high resistance at 46.31. We have further resistance levels at 46.72 and 47.39 before we hit the big one at 48.08. Next is Chicago corn, and this had a superb weekly key reversal up last week, with an immediate follow-on higher this week, punching up through the short medium moving average currently at 538, as well as the congestion at 516, 525, 528, 539, 548 to 556, and now testing congestion between 561 to 567. I will detail all this thoroughly in my weekly grains commentary on Friday, but I would just say this is such a stellar performer, a follow-on higher to a bullish pattern. It is one for the chart books. Finally, we had a weekly key reversal up in spot palladium. This had a constructive, if less dramatic, move higher than Chicago corn. It started off with a nice combination of a key reversal up, a bullish double, and a bullish piercing line pattern, all done this past Monday. And prices have followed on higher from there, though, as I said, less dramatically than in corn. As always, I'm happy to answer any direct questions with anyone who's interested. And with that, I'll finish this section from London, and I hope that you found these comments useful.
Thank you for listening. This weekly broadcast gives the essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted both at the front and the back of this broadcast. Copyright is Eddie Topic and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final important bit.